Yo, get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.
I've said it before on this channel, it's not easier, it's harder.
What's up guys, here's the long-awaited build video for the new Drift Corvette that we run in Formula Drift in 24. It's very similar to the 2022 car that you guys know. The same layout basically behind the motor. It has a G-force dog box that's in the front position obviously because they don't make them for a transaxle application. We supply everything behind it, like the main shaft, the differential mounts, all that stuff. The gearbox mount is custom made and it uses an SFI bell. And you can see part of the headers over there, which are American Racing headers 2-inch that are modified slightly to work with the front transmission. In the rear, this car has the Wisefab rear kit. It's been the test bed for the Wisefab rear kit, along with Taylor Hull, who ran it in FD. It has lots of features that guys that regularly work on Corvettes will love. One of them being the added space for the coilover and tie rod, which allows you to remove the coilover much easier. Has a different motion ratio setting, so you can set it up for different spring rate, virtual spring rate obviously. And there you can see the mounting plate for the quick change. We run them upside down, which is by far the best position because you want that big pumpkin to go in between the subframe and don't mess with the subframe itself. There you can see the lines for the brakes, and the anti-gravity battery sits over there, and there you have a slightly closer look at how the transmission is mounted. The two AFR sensors obviously over there in the headers, and look at how nice those American Racing headers are. Really amazing that they're just off-the-shelf headers. It takes like 5 minutes to install. It has a daily billet dry sump with the pump integrated into the sump, so there's no lines from the pump to the sump. Makes it really nice, especially in Corvettes where there's almost no room obviously. That's the ATI pulley, and there's the Toyota MR2 power steering pump that we have been testing on this car. We really like it, and obviously Wisefab front kit with the Feal 442s on there, and this kit is by far the best angle kit you can get for this car. I drove all of them and it's literally a game changer. Really made the Corvette gain a lot of side bite, and as you guys know, we ran the same kit for ages, even the prototype kit we did a year of FD on. There's additional relays, and there's where we mounted the compression reservoir for the Feals. I know a lot of you guys ask like where to fit them. So all in all, it's packaging wise a lot easier car than the supercharged 2022 car. There you can see it is kind of tight with the daily dry sump. And that's how the cage is done by Race Club Fabrication. So I didn't want the cage to be on the cabin because that has really thin wall steel. So we made the cage go through the cabin and into these blocks that directly are on the frame of the car. And there you can see the aerate dry sump tank, which is over there with their 16 lines going through the cabin into the car and then into the engine bay. There's Blaze, the domestic drift dog. I'm going to show you guys a couple of these parts. We took them out for you. There's the GSR G-Force that we run in both of the cars. Absolutely the best box in my opinion. We sell them, of course, so I'm a little biased. That's the Einzel drive shaft. We make them ourselves. They come all the way from Europe. We've made a whole bunch of them. We never had a failure. And yeah, this is just for me the golden combo. Now we run a different clutch than last year. We run this ACT clutch, which I'm really happy about. It has really easy pedal feel and everything. And as you can see, we use this actual input shaft as an alignment tool, which makes all the difference with these things, especially with the 26 spline as opposed to the older 10 spline. A Tilton 4000 series throwout bearing with a quick release, so you can release that quickly if you have to pull the trans off. It's not always 100% leak proof, but it's like 99%, I would have to say. Make sure you have the correct face for the clutch. Another super important thing, of course, that you guys know from my other videos, is the back spacing, the distance between the throwout bearing and the clutch fingers. As you can see, I can move the face around a little bit with my finger. That's always a good indicator. You want to be on 3 to 4 millimeters on that. Obviously, really happy with the fact that the Wisefab rear kit now is on the market. As you can see, it has all the quick adjusters that you guys know and love from Wisefab. The tie rod is made in a way that is the weakest link, super easy to adjust, and it actually has different brackets that are not on this car yet at the time of the video, but we'll show you how that works on the 2022 FD car, which we have over here, and that has the full kit installed the way it comes if you order it. It has the quick adjusters, which is of course amazing. You can adjust on the car with a number 10 and a number 8 Allen, and obviously the locking bolts and the lower control arm with the typical Wisefab specific steel. That stuff is incredibly strong, and it also has a function that if you crash it once, it will just bend back. There's the tie rod, which is of course unique, and there's the bracket that holds that tie rod with the bump steer adjustment. You get an extra bracket with that. You drill 2 holes in the bottom of the subframe in like a really flat area up there. So there's no risk there. It comes with all the hardware, of course. And then you get a really nice, strong base for that adjustability of that bump steer, as you can see over here. So you can cancel it out completely, or you can add in dynamic tow that gains some tow when the car is moving the suspension, which is, of course, a game changer on the Corvettes. It has a lot of dynamic tow availability, so you can make a really big gap between on and off throttle grip. There's a motion ratio that you can change, is effectively changing the spring rate, as we discussed, as I'm going to show you on the 2023 car. Super easy, like it's very, very convenient, of course. You can basically make the car stiffer or less stiff in just like half a minute or something like that. So really nice, and of course a really nice beefy piece over there for that adjustability.
Oh man, here we go again. We're on our way to Willow Springs. Bringing the 22 car here on the open behind the RV, right over here. And we have the 50-foot with us with the Ram, which has the 2023 car on it. So super cool, and can't wait to shred at Willow again.
this car, I feel like you could drive that obviously with the throttle, but this has so much power compared to that. You just, you know, you don't even need to flick. You don't need a clutch kick. And then it also, I feel like we're still dialing grip, but I feel like it's got the power to like really dig out, you know, from precarious situations.
Right. But this one doesn't have the tie rod brackets. Can you feel like a lot of difference, or is it like
huge difference? Yeah, it doesn't have the grip and or the confidence, obviously. Now, granted, I've done a lot more laps in that car than this one today, but this definitely has more grip, especially under throttle. But it's kind of like the happy medium between, you know, side bite and also forward grip. So it's a game changer. And we went from the mildest setting to the most aggressive setting. And I literally went, you know, both of us went from, you know, pushing hard to get to the outside wall and, you know, consistently being 3 feet off of it, 4 feet off of it, to now we can push on the outside. Immediately after that change, both of us felt the confidence to send the car twice as hard, you know?
So we're having a good time here at Willow. Super nice to have the RV. It's super nice at home. You can hear the car in the background. Really nice to chill out because it gets pretty warm over here, and we're in the cars and all that stuff, which are also warm. But we're having a really good day. Actually, the 22 car is really surprising. It fits this track so well because it's a lot less power than the 2023. And you're just like with the 2023 car, you're almost like feathering the throttle coming off the wall. And with the 22, you're just mashing it. You're like 80-90%, sometimes full throttle over there. And that's just easier, right? So a lot of people think that, oh, FD car, 1,000 horsepower, it's so easy. You just flex your ankle and it lights them up. But I've said it before on this channel, it's not easier. It's harder because you need to modulate the throttle. Like my M3 is like full throttle over here at Willow, 100% of throttle. So you don't have to think about the throttle because that's 100%. With the 2023 car with 620 wheel horse, you can't be 100. You need to like pedal the car, especially right after transitions. Like we build a little bit of float in that car now, which Corvettes usually don't really like to do. But that's one thing that we've been working on to be able to make it a little bit floaty, to float to the outer zones a little easier, to make it easier to chase like slower people. Because it sounds very arrogant, but most cars are slower than a Corvette because it's an actual sports car, has super low center of gravity, really good weight balance. So like it's just very hard to make any other car, apart from the 3060, 46 of course, perform as well as a Corvette. So like I feel like everybody else is like compromising the setting of the car a lot to get to the speed that the Corvette has in like a normal setting, which is all not only a good thing, it's also a bad thing because you're battling people in all kinds of cars, right? So if somebody is on an ash chassis without Wisefab, with the stock rear suspension, that car is going to be a lot slower, both on throttle and off throttle. So you got to be prepared for that in battle. You don't want to grip the car up too much, right? Because then you just lock yourself up. You're going to waver. You need a handbrake, clutch kick, whatever is going to load up. So we want to have the ability to make the car float. This is kind of like the other way around. Like most cars, you're looking for grip. We're actually looking for like removing a little bit of off-throttle grip within those cars. So yeah, the 23 is great on this track. It's so smooth. We do have to look at the cooling system a little bit. Like it doesn't have the same fan regulator that I put in the 2022 car. Actually, Brandon put it in. But like that's like my secret weapon. I have that in all my cars. It regulates the fan speed. We don't have that yet in the 23 car. Because people think, oh, the ECU regulates the fan speed. Oh, it doesn't. It just turns them on and off. When the regulator box that I use is an ugly looking, stupid little box, but it controls the fan speed, basically like the rotors of a helicopter. So it's any kind of speed it will do related to the temperature that your water is at or your coolant's at. So that's one thing we still need to implement in the 23 car. Apart from that, everything else is great. Like the clutch feels amazing, which is what I had problems with in New Mexico. And yes, it's awesome that we're like 90% there with the 23 car. We're like 95% there with the 22 car. So great day for us. And obviously we're also testing the whole setup, the rig, backing the rig, like the RV, everything needs to practice as you play, as I always say. So another great day for us, and thank you guys for coming along.